there's this kind of new wave of setting things up that are made easier, simpler, more automated. The tools are becoming easier to set up these websites. The tools are becoming easier to have landing pages, to capture leads, and to do all that stuff. And even if we start adding a layer of AI, even the copy can all be pre-populated very, very simply. And it's almost like we've said, all right, let's just get this done. And now that we have something, let's just throw a bunch of ads at it until it works. Where do you think the art was really lost in the process of us just trying to get things all automated and done efficiently? What's the missing art that's still causing the core problem here?
The main problem here, the way you put it, is people don't have a system of how to actually do that. So it's never been easier to optimize a page. It's never been easier to fix all these problems than ever before. And why? Because just pure example, if you use ClickFunnels, you can basically create 10 versions of the landing page and you can split the traffic 10% each. And you can have a different headline on every page, massive headline, which is, let's say that's the element you want to test. And then you can run the ads. And then ClickFunnels tells you, this is the headline that's working, right? Stop the other ones now. You can create another 10 variation and now create 10 variation with ChatGPT of the same headline. Now we're going to make it even better, right? So then you can go paragraph by paragraph by paragraph, video. You can make 10 videos if you want on your VSL page. But where people missed it is that they just create it and they leave it. But they need to have a system. They need to know what are they testing, how they're testing. Like copy, as you mentioned, never been easier to write, right? So you need to have my Excel sheets where I'm like testing this kind of a concept, right? I'm going to create this landing page with these 10 variations and I'm going to run ads that speaks to an audience. Once they see the ad, they're going to land to a page that's actually telling them the same thing that the ad. So it's just kind of delivering the promise that the ad, we sold them with the ad. And I always run like concept by concept. And if that concept doesn't work, I will change the copy on the page, make 10 variations, create new ads, start again. And what people are missing here is a system and the time to dedicate to do that. And they prefer to, I don't know, make reels, right? Then they spend 4 hours. You need to have this system. You need to have a system in place. I have my own system that I follow for years. You can create your own, right? But you need to have you need to know what you're doing. You need to be focused like, okay. And that's the way you mentioned is like, that's why it's getting easier, like to build landing pages and stuff, because now we are entering in the world where creative testing is what's going to win. Who is capable to test more? Most of people don't want to do that. They're like, do you know how much money I pay for the website? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't work. Ask for your money back. What do we do? Right? And
I saw a statistic. I forget if it was from you or from someone else within my circles that talked about the highest performance or highest, most effective advertisers on Facebook had 11 times more testing of creatives than the rest. And so when it comes to putting in that system to do the testing, a lot of times it's like it's one of the most neglected arts because it feels like hard work. It doesn't seem, if you're not someone that's very data focused and systems and process, if you're quite the creative, this might not be the one that feels the most aligned. But what kind of difference happens when you start doing this? Because I think this is like a big portion of what work you put in.
Oh, of course. It's all the difference comes by doing creative testing, and I religiously follow the advertising movement of creative concept testing. So just to put in perspective, if I have a concept that I want to test, and concept is learn how to sell with love. That's the concept, very broad, right? I would go and I will make like 30 videos. I will make, anyway, let's make it more simple. I will make 5 image ads that says exactly the same thing with a different image or something. Or I will write 5 image ads with a text that will say, how to sell with love. Learn how to sell with love. Why selling with love is important, right? It's still the same concept, right? Then I will make 5 to 10 videos with the same. Then I will write 5 to 10 primary text. Then I will write 5 to 10 headlines. And they all kind of use the same keywords and they talk about the same stuff, right? I can test them with $50, but I don't test them in purchase. We test them in brand ad recall ads, which basically are kind of ads where you ask Facebook to tell you what kind of positive experience people have with your ad. And I will see very quickly what stands out. And if something stands out, I will get that winning video and an image and that headline. And then I'm going to put them in a lead campaign. And then I will see if they perform as lead. But in the meanwhile, I'm already running another 100 creatives in the backend, right? I'm trying to see if there's anything that people we're going to have a lot of positive experience with for very, very cheap. And if they do, then I'm going to test to see in my second test to see if it can actually deliver my outcome. We can test 20, 30, 40 creatives for $50, right? And I do it every day. But people need to learn that more you test, it's like making organic social media posts. If you make one post a week, very unlikely to go viral than making 100 a week, right? And that's just on the front end. But then you have to test your pages as well. You need to have similar system of testing your pages. And once you start testing your pages, what I usually do, I stop testing new ads because I want to make sure that it's the same traffic I'm testing against. So I can have a clear understanding of what's happening rather than running 5 concepts and then, does that make sense? But creative testing is everything. And it's never been easier to generate creatives. You have Midjourney, you have AI, you have Canva, you can sit in Canva and make 30 ads in half an hour?
Thank you so much for listening to the Selling with Love podcast. We have some previous episodes you can tune into right here. And if you prefer the short form content where you get to the point in under 10 minutes, we do have a ton of clips from our best episodes that are being shared on this channel as well. So pick which one supports you the most. And of course, thank you for liking, subscribing, and of course, selling with love.